Bears fans, I'm going to say this straight. What I'm hearing about our tight end room isn't a room where you can scroll past. It's the kind of quiet shift that changes how we call games in November and how we spend picks in April. If you care about red zone math, third and medium survival, and what Caleb needs when the edges crash, stay with me. I'm about to walk you through the plan on the whiteboard, the contract angles, the trade windows that just opened, and why our next move might look cold on paper, but smart on Sundays. Here's the promise. I'll give you the current health read on the room, how Ben Johnson's usage tells us where the offense wants to go, why personnel groupings, not star names, decide who stays and who goes, and which AFC team just became the cleanest landing spot for a veteran tight end who still wins underneath. I'm not throwing hot sauce. I'm connecting dots. By the end, you'll know exactly what I think the Bears are preparing to do and what it means for the run we're trying to build. Back from the bye, the offense looked lighter, timing sharp, installed tidy, and one detail really mattered. Colston Loveland's hip calmed down fast. He missed a practice, came right back, and that tells you this staff wants his reps banked, not rationed. When a rookie tight end drafted where he was drafted gets that many scripted looks in meetings, it's not a courtesy, it's a direction. Ben already said publicly he has to feature the tight ends better. Translation: we're not playing small anymore. We're playing smart. Let's be real about philosophy. Ben's menu is layered. RPO flats to get Caleb in rhythm, dagger scenes when safeties sit, and those cheap play-action shots where the tight end sells split zone, then leaks into the void. That puts a premium on a Tay who can run in-breaking routes with square shoulders, flip his hips after contact, and turn a 4-yard catch into 8 because he falls forward. It also favors a mover who can align in the slot, motion across the formation, and give you the same picture with 3 different outcomes. That's how you punish DC, who hunt tendencies on Monday Night Now, numbers and leverage. Cole Kmet is under contract through 2027 at roughly mid-tier starter money, with a clean exit after 2026 and a manageable dead cap if things pivot. That structure is friendly for both buyer and seller. Years to restructure for a new team, and a decision window for the Bears before the bill comes due. On the field, he's productive in the areas you expect stick roots, options versus zone, sit-down windows when the pocket squeezes. He's also a sturdy blocker on sift and kickout. That profile has value, but value is not the same as inevitability, especially when your rookie Tay is the future you drafted, and your OC is trying to build a two-Tay identity that adds speed without sacrificing disguised dot. So why talk about moving a steady veteran midseason? Because the market blinked. Jacksonville put Brenton Strange on IR with a hip issue, and it changed their tight end room chemistry overnight. They love to throw to the position design, not accident. Their QB lives on in-structure throws that reward timing and landmarks. They started 4-1, and momentum whispers, go fix the hole now. That's where a reliable chain mover like Kmet fits like a glove. Catch radius inside the numbers. Tough after contact, savvy in scramble rules. For a team chasing January home field leverage, that's not a luxury buy. That's risk control. Our side of the chessboard looks like this. If Loveland is the model vertical stem, burst off the arc, real red zone ceiling, you don't want his snaps capped by courtesy. You want the kid learning fast with game speed, not just film speed. The best way to accelerate that curve is playing time and responsibility. That means nudging the depth chart, not to create a controversy, but to create clarity. And clarity often comes through the phone, not the depth chart graphic. Let me paint the football before the finance. In 12 personnel with Loveland as the motion piece, the defense has to declare, bracket the rookie seam and give up the flat, or sit on the flat and eat the seam. Caleb loves both reads because they're clean. Kmet can live in that world too, but then you're splitting the same slice of the pie and locking targets into a timeshare. If the staff believes the rookie's ceiling is higher, and the offense's tempo jumps when he's in, The staff is going to bias to the ceiling. That's coaching, not sentiment. Production snapshot matters for trade calls. Kamet's line this season: modest volume, solid efficiency. One score doesn't scream sell the farm, but that's not the pitch. The pitch is reliability, on-time routes, quarterback-friendly body language, and a contract you can tune. For Jacksonville, he's a stabilizer who lets them keep their WR1 clean and stops them from overworking a two-way rookie who's already playing both sides. For the Bears, the return is optionality day 2, or day 3 capital plus a small cap breather, exactly what you used to buy pass rush snaps in March or corner depth at the deadline. Here's how a framework could liquid out fantasy football nonsense. Bears send Kamet. Jags send a 2026 third and a conditional 2027 fifth that upgrades based on games played or playoff snaps, plus a late-round pick swap. Chicago eats a small 2025 restructure charge to sweeten the fit on their side. Jacksonville gets 2.5 years of control they can massage on arrival. Nobody gets fleeced, and both teams get exactly what their roster maps say they need. Now, I'm not blind to chemistry. Caleb trusts Cole on 3rd and 6 when the picture muddies. The big frame in the window is comfort food for a young QB. That matters. Tear that out mid-year, and you can make life noisier at the worst time. You also lose a dependable backside blocker in the run game. The guy who cleans up a wrong angle before it becomes a TFL. If you move him, you must repatch the protection rules, and you must build new hot answers that make sense for a rookie. Tight end less option heavy. More defined landmarks, but the counter is strong. If you believe Loveland is ready, more snaps make him better now, not later. His hip settling quickly post-bye says the workload plan is on schedule. And Ben's promise to feature tight ends means the pie can actually grow instead of being sliced thinner. Think sprint protection boot with Loveland crossing and a backside leak. Think 13 personnel in the low red with Loveland isolated weak. Those aren't dreams. Those are drive scripts waiting to be called if the room is restacked. Let's zoom out to roster construction, because Ryan Poles plays the long game. You want picks to hunt for edge and corner, and you want cap flexibility for a value guard or a rotational 3-tech who turns third downs into punts. Tight end is a position where you can retool fast if you have the right teacher and the right prototype. Moving a veteran at peak leverage to fund 2 other holes is sober team building, not a teardown. And if the phone doesn't spit out fair value, you don't force it. There's a clean out after 2026 for a reason. So when do you pull it? The window is the 2-week ramp into the trade deadline, enough time to integrate a short menu for a new team. And enough time on our side to flip the call sheet so Loveland's featured tags are baked in. If it drags past that, you're either holding through February or you're taking a discount you'll regret when you need that pick in April. This is a right offer or we walk scenario. I kept the headline back for a reason. And here it is, my read. Based on usage trends, contract flexibility, and a suddenly motivated buyer, is that Cole Kmet is effectively out of the Bears' long-term plan. And Chicago is preparing to move him if the compensation crosses a same threshold. That's not a hit on the player, it's an alignment call. Loveland is the future. Ben wants the room tilted toward explosive. And Jacksonville just wrote the script by accident. Tell me what you think right now. Before I close, do you flip Kmet for a day 2 pick and a conditional sweetener? Hand the keys to Loveland and use the assets to chase pass rush and DB depth? Or do you keep the security blanket this year, accept the target split, and revisit in March? Would you deal with Jacksonville, or is there a cleaner fit you prefer? Drop your trade packages, your keep him arguments, and your concerns about Caleb's rhythm below. I read everything, especially from the fans who've watched this team grind through tight games for decades. My concise analysis is this. Moving Kmet only makes sense if the return buys 2 concrete wins more Loveland. More capital for defense without scrambling Caleb's development. With Jacksonville's need, that's on the table. If the offer doesn't pay the real bills, you shelled the calls, ride the two-tay wave, and reprice it later. That's how a grown franchise handles leverage. If you found value here, hit subscribe, tap the like so this reaches more Bears fans who want substance over noise. And turn on notifications. I'll keep you ahead of every twist with fast updates and deep dives that respect your time and your football IQ. This is Bears News Fan Report. I'm here for you all season, and we'll talk again when the next move hits the wire.